I sat on my couch, stunned, as my ex-wife remained in my house. The police had just left after telling her she wasn't a resident and needed to go. She had packed her bags, claiming her ride was on the way, yet there she sat. Our saga began 5 years after our divorce. She had fallen on hard times, while I maintained custody of our kids. During the previous Christmas break, knowing she had no place for the children, I generously flew her and her other daughter out to stay with us, even purchasing their return tickets. Instead of leaving on flight day, she vanished with our shared daughter, leaving her other child behind. After a frantic search, the police located her at a local church. They escorted her back to my house to pack, and she promptly moved in with a random woman she met at the service. Recently, having been kicked out of her third living arrangement, she called me begging for a single night's stay. She claimed a ride was coming the next day to take her back to Chicago. Predictably, that ride fell through due to a bizarre GPS and work mishap. I extended her stay for a week to sort it out. When that weekend arrived, her new excuse was a stolen wallet and a missing identification card that would take 10 days to arrive. I granted her one final week. When the identification card never showed up, I told her it was time to go. She exploded, screaming wild accusations in front of our family, claiming I had forged our entire divorce decree signatures, stamps, lawyers, and all. She defiantly shouted that she wouldn't leave until her identification arrived and dared me to call the police. Right then, I drew a line in the sand. You need to be out by Thursday. I repeated it a dozen times. My father heard it, the kids heard it, and she definitely heard it. When I came home from work on Thursday, the house was quiet. I assumed she had finally left and spent a relaxing Friday enjoying the peace. That illusion shattered at 8:00 p.m. when her daughter walked downstairs to get food. My dad then informed me he had spotted my ex hiding out in our 11-year-old son's bedroom. She had never left. I confronted her immediately, but she just brushed it off, claiming she'd been on the phone all day looking for a ride. That brings us to today, with my mom taking the kids bowling to spare them the drama. It was just my dad and me left in the house. I finally had enough and called the police. The officers arrived, explicitly told her she was trespassing, and watched her pack. Yet, even after the police departed, she lingered inside, stretching my patience to its absolute limit. Update: my spelling sucks. Autocorrect is worse. But thankfully, this chapter is over. Her actual ride finally arrived, and she is officially gone. Am I the asshole for calling the police to remove my ex-wife from my home?